Hey guys, Derick here with some more Digimon World. Now as you can see here, we are back a couple steps. This is largely because I had some issues with my game after I finished recording. So I wanted to make sure that I got everything, sorted out and whatnot. And unfortunately I lost a bit of the game. But thankfully, because we saved before we quit, we didn't lose too much. So we lost the little bit of training we did, which is, yeah, it's kind of a bummer to sit through, but there's way worse things that could happen. I remember this scene. It's almost like this has already happened. It's a weird feeling, man. Feels weird. But yeah, so in this video there's a couple things I'm gonna try and take on. Unfortunately, this game does start off pretty slow. Even like for what it is, it starts off really quite slow. But it should pick up pretty quick, I think. So, showed off Agumon's house. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna train up a bit more, get our stats to where I want them at. Then we're gonna go out and fight some stuff. There's 2 Digimon I want to try and recruit in this video here, so it should be fun. And there's a defense back up to power. Offense are where I wanted it at. Speed and brains are what's next. So normally I just off-screen this, but you know what? There's not. It's a quick couple of steps here. So there's 100 speed. There's a hungry little bugger. So we have 4 small recoveries. Alright, there we go. So we got our new orders now. He's not tired, but we're gonna go rest anyways. And yeah. So yeah. Just yeah. So I'm still working at my recording setup here. So there's still gonna be a couple odd changes every here and there. So this video my voice might be louder, it might be crackly. I don't know, honestly, because I don't have the patience to do a test recording every time I change something. But with that being said, I think we should go on and try and get our first recruitable, aside from Agumon. Now, it's something kind of worthwhile to note that every Digimon you can recruit, except for Digimon, can be, you can obtain. So, like, you can get, obviously you can get Agumon. We can also get Gabumon as a partner Digimon. And balls. Alright, so we're gonna fight this guy. And hopefully it's not gonna take too long. Just attack it, buddy. I have it mapped so I can actually remove the frame limiter, which would speed this up a lot, but I don't remember which key I mapped it to. So we're just gonna do this one normally. And maybe next video I'll figure out which key does that. Because I really don't like the concept of me having to off-screen stuff. Because there's still a couple other battle aspects I should mention as we get further in. Oh, I was hoping he'd drop a small recovery. Mordecai Betamons can actually drop small recoveries, and that would be really useful right now. You're kidding me, right, dude? You're hungry already? Well, give me a sec. There might be some food around here. Here we have a street sign. Kinda cool, points you the right way. And of course we have no food, so... Alright, have some meat, bud. Now over here's where our third's gonna be, but he needs to go to the washroom, so... And he's hungry still. This is why we need to find more food. Alright, there we go. So thankfully I know where the toilet is. It's not too far away. I think they can usually hold it for about an hour, but I wouldn't recommend getting into any fights, because I believe that's actually a care mistake as well. So, there's a lot of really quick and disturbing ways you can get care mistakes in this game. Now, one of the other reasons I started playing this game again is because there is something called Digimon World Redigitize coming out. And there's been a patch for PSP, or there's a patch in the works for PSP right now, but I don't know how far along it is, honestly. And if I can, I'm gonna try and do a playthrough of that as well, but I make no promises, because it is a patch and it is for PSP. So, I don't even know when it'll be out. So now here we have a flower. It's a flower. It's a talking flower. It's an angry flower. Shit. Well, now I'm just gonna hope that we actually have the, I'm just gonna hope this thing doesn't kill us. Alright, go Agumon, buddy. And that is a bad move. That is a painful move. And thankfully he blocked it. So in this battle I'm thinking we're gonna be able to show off one other battle aspect, if we're lucky. And if Agumon keeps being a badass and just attack them. Now in battle you can use items on your Digimon, so here we're just going to help the enemy by 500 points. And you see, above his head, he's poisoned. That's what those little purple cubes mean. They don't have anything to cure him, so... Are we actually going to do this good on our first boss? There we go. So this is their finisher move. And as you can hear in the background, I'm furiously mashed two buttons, which are L1 and R1. And you just mash those, and if you get that bar filled, you get bonus damage. I believe that for every bit you get in that bar, it's a point of bonus damage, but I could be wrong. So now we see that Palmon dropped a brain check. That raises your brain by 50, I believe. And Palmon hates fighting, so we invite her to the city. Now we're going to see what Palmon opens up in a bit, but first I want to, well first I'll double check my math there. Yeah, boost your brain power by 50. And then we're just going to do a quick check on their stats. My instinct is to say no, we shouldn't, but we're going to anyways. So we're going to go after our second recruitable Digimon of this episode. And no, it's not here, but there are usually Digimushrooms right there. So that is another piece of food. We'll find more of these as we go on, but that's one piece of food there. So we now have meat, and we have Digimushrooms, and conveniently, we have another Digimushroom. We're just going to do a bit of exploring before we go up there. If you guys hadn't guessed, we're going to talk to that yellow worm in the tree. But down here, there's frequently food, and I need food right now, so we're just going to go check on that. Koala Point. And no luck today. Alright, so we're going to go back up there and talk to the yellow worm guy. And our computer is still running lovely. I have a nice lovely command center app. And there's another Digimushroom, so we're going to talk to this guy now. I'm hungry. Okay, fine, we'll give you some food. Because we're nice guys like that. And we'll give you a Digimushroom because I'm a cheap bastard. And now he wants to fight us. Jackass. Alright, this is probably the most dangerous move I've done so far. This guy can be difficult to fight. I've had times where he's actually killed me here, which, if you didn't notice, if you didn't guess, when your HP gets down to 0, you die. So he hits like a fucking tank. Unfortunately, like 200 points of damage each time he hits you. So he really does hit quite hard. And he has HP to back himself up too. So he's kind of a pain in the ass. And the downside is he doesn't really do all that much for your city either. I'll explain what he does when he gets there, but he doesn't do much at all. We shouldn't have too much trouble getting him because we do have a lot of items. And my mashing skills are on par today, so there we go. Now, I read somewhere that someone actually did poke through the game's code a bit, and that if you keep going past that point, your damage multiplier keeps going. Damn it. Double damn it. Double damn it. Come on, come on. Throw your floppies at him. He has 19 points of health left. You can do this, buddy. Kick his ass! Come on, really? There we go. I think that move there might have been Dynamite Kick. If so, I didn't realize he knew it. It doesn't make much sense for it to be in his move pool, but okay. I'll go with it. So he dropped an MP jet. That raises our MP by 100 points. Go to the city, you fat bastard! Essentially. So yeah, this MP chip will boost our MP by 500 points, I believe. Yep, 500 points. And yeah, what time? Yeah, we'll just take a quick dart up here. I'll show you what Kunamon does in your city, and I'll show you what Palmon does in the city, and then we'll move on to actually our third recruitable today. We are on the ball today. And I just don't want to fight these guys. So here's that broken bridge that you were told about earlier. Now this path wasn't open beforehand. This is all Kunamon does for your city. He eats weeds. I'm not lying. There he is, that little fat bastard. So we're still looking pretty barren. Just gonna talk to Kunamon here. There's a rare Digimon in Koala Point every day late afternoon, which is pretty much now. But unfortunately for us, this is also when Agumon wants to go to sleep. So up here we also have what Palmon does. So there's Tanamon there. She's just relaxing. And there's Palmon. She will now give you giant meat daily, 3 pieces, or she will sell you giant meat for 500 bit. So now we're just going to take a quick jump back down to Koala Point, hopefully not getting into any battles on our way. And then as soon as we're across there, a lot more opens up to us. It doesn't take too much to get at. Now I don't recommend going to Koala Point this early in the game, because you're still pretty weak at this point. Oh cool, Digimushroom. But because I know how the AI behaves in this game, I can probably get away with a little bit more. This was my childhood. Like, this game was my entire childhood. This was the very first game I ever played. This, and like, there was a couple other like demo discs that came with my PS1, but parents got me a PS1 for my birthday with Crash Bandicoot and this game. This game got many more hours into it than Crash did. Ah, it's a sea monster, run away. Nah, it's just Koalamon. Well, yeah, we were kind of looking all over, but not really. Bridge upstream's broken. I need to cross somehow. Okay, I'll help. No problem. No problem, bro. Alright, so we just jump on their heads. Cool. And now we're across the river, but we want to turn right around right now. Largely because these guys will kick our ass. These guys all have a very, very large amount more strength than the other guys did. So now because we went over there, I'm fairly certain that the enemies up here disappear. So that's kind of cool. But so now here's one that I didn't know about until about last year actually, is you can actually recruit Coelamon. Yes, I know you're tired, buddy. Just hold on a couple more minutes. So you can actually recruit Coelamon, and it's kind of cool. I never knew that you could do this. So you have to be here in late afternoon, otherwise he'll just. You have to discover the bridge first that's there. There's a couple ways you can avoid that, but we'll get into those later. We come back here in late afternoon, go to the same spot that we met him before. He'll pop out again and say, hey, I want to help more. You're building a city, which means that you're going to save us all. So yes, I'm going to go build your city. Cool. So he joins your city now. And now because Agumon's on the verge of having a camera mistake, we're going to put him to bed. Now it could have been that as soon as I got on screen, because of how the game's code works. But I'd rather not. So that is Digimon World for today, guys. So we got 3 Digimon recruited to the city, 1 more than I expected. Had a little bit of a heart attack in a bit, but they're all in the city now. It's all a happy day. And I'm going to leave you guys for the day. So you all have yourselves a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.